This week, 49 is starting classes tomorrow on Wednesday, and TMP, Holy Family, and Fort Hays are starting classes next Monday. So there's going to be extra traffic in town and children walking, biking, taking the bus, a lot of extra activity around the schools and also around the residential areas in town as the kids are on the move. And we need to exercise some extra caution, whether you have children or whether you're just making your way around the community. We need to slow down and give some extra time to get where we need to go as we adjust to the school year. Want to make a point that speeding fines are doubled in school zones. So a 10 over violation would be an $80 fine and $100 court costs. So, but the big point is safety. So we need to be extra vigilant near schools or wherever children are seen. They're unpredictable. They can pop out between cars, jump out in the street across, especially alley accesses are another very dangerous area. And also, like I said, parks, residential areas, kids will be congregating more before and after school. Be on the lookout for school buses running their routes. You must stop when a school bus has its red flashing lights in operation. The lights mean the school bus is loading and unloading children, and you cannot proceed until the lights are off and the signal alarm is in or the bus starts motion again. And that goes for both directions. That's a common misconception, is you can't pass the school bus from behind, and you can't come from the other direction straight on with the school bus either. If those lights are flashing, that stop sign is out. If the lights are flashing, you must stop. And the fines on that are also quite steep. Your first offense is $350 plus court cost. $315 plus court costs. Second offense in 5 years is $750 fine plus court cost. Third offense in 5 years for passing a school bus with its lights activated is $1,000 fine plus court costs. So again, the point of this is the safety of the children. When you see a bus, be careful. If those lights are flashing, stop. Wait for the bus to turn them off or start moving. If you are dropping off or picking up children, be careful. Don't park in no parking zones or double park to drop your children off. Especially avoid dropping them off and making them cross lanes of traffic. If you can't get to the school drop-off point, you could drop them at the curb down the street, have them take the sidewalk, and there's often crossing guards that can help them across the street. But don't drop them in the street, have them crossing lanes of traffic. When you are talking to your young children about going to and from school, whether walking or biking, it's a good idea to go over the expected route and have them take the same route every day. Teach them about traffic safety, looking both ways before they cross the street, watching traffic, understanding the traffic signs and signals, and again, watch alleys and driveway accesses. It's especially important with kids that are biking to school. A lot of times children will want to fly down the sidewalks, and those driveways and alley accesses are danger points. Always make them stop before they cross the street if they're on the sidewalk. Always wear a bike helmet, and of course, be careful of strangers. Don't talk to strangers. Teach your children not to accept rides without your permission, and report any person that approaches them or offers things like ride, candy, etc. And after school, have a plan. Where are they going to go? Have them check in with somebody after school. To wrap things up, we're all leading very busy lives, but a tragic accident can happen in an instant. So have a plan. Talk with your children about traffic safety and stranger safety. Make sure you give yourself some extra time, especially as we're getting used to the increased traffic here as schools are back in session. And stay off the cell phones would be my advice around schools. Of course, it's against the law to text and drive, but even taking phone calls are a distraction that we don't need when we've got kids running around.